Hey guys, it's Brad at P3 Customs, and today we're going to be doing a second gen Nissan Xterra drawer system installation. All right, so taking a look at everything included in your kit, you obviously get your pre-assembled drawer system, some stickers, 2 sets of keys, a QR code that'll take you to this install video, all of your mounting hardware, any mounting brackets, and your front covers. For the tools necessary for today's installation, we'll need a Phillips head, a 10mm socket, and an impact or just a ratchet. All right, so first thing we're going to do is install our front cover brackets. So we're going to grab our Phillips head or impact, and this bracket, which you can see already has holes laid out for you. So you're going to place it like this, line up your screw, line up your bracket, tighten it, and repeat that on the other side. So now that we have this bracket installed on the other side, we're only going to install one of these front covers on this side. So same type of deal, you already have pre-drilled holes. You're going to line that up and tighten those down. All right, so next up, we're going to go ahead and remove one of these drawers. This is a custom one, but repeat this on the other side. So you're just going to take out your drawer like so. Once it reaches full extension, you're going to push this tab up and the other side down and pull it straight out. All right, so now that you have one of your front covers on, just the bracket on the other side, and then both your drawers out. This one's custom, so ignore that. We now have access to our mounting slots inside the drawer. And so now we're going to go prep the vehicle. All right, so now for prepping the vehicle, super straightforward. All we're going to do is remove this cover piece right here on the side, as it is no longer needed. Now we're going to grab our Phillips head and remove these 2 bolts right here. One here and one back here. And repeat that on the other side. All right, now that we have the drawer system and the vehicle prepped, we're ready to install the drawer. All right, so now that we have the drawer system sitting in place, we're going to go ahead and install the other front cover. What I like to do is get an extension and start it by hand before tightening it down with your impact. All right, now that we have the front cover installed, we're going to take our wheel well covers and fold them down to center the system. Want to make sure you like how it's sitting. Everything moves freely. Sitting towards the back of the seat. Everything's nice and even in the front. Now we can go ahead and start tightening down with our hardware. All right, so our longer bolt is going to go in the front right here. So go ahead and get that started by hand and snug it up. Now the shorter one is going to go in the back here. You're just going to reach in and repeat that on the other side. All right, so now that you repeat that on the other side, go ahead and snug them all up. All right, so now that we have our drawer base all tightened down, we're ready to install the actual drawer itself. You just want to make sure that these ball bearings are all the way towards the front. Now you're going to pick up your drawer and line up the slots with these little black tabs on both sides. I'm just going to slowly guide them in. You'll feel it out. Hear a click and you're good to go. And it's going to get tough. Just kind of power through that. And then it should be buttery. All right, so that wraps up our drawer system. So now if you have a sleeping platform, we'll show you how that works. Essentially, it has a shelf that slots in the back of the drawer. This is your fold-down leg to keep everything level. And then this is a connecting mechanism that connects it to the other platform to keep everything level. So let's go ahead and install that. All right, so coming over to this back seat, all you're going to do is fold up your seat bottom, fold down your seat back. And now your platform, I like to put in the larger one first. All you're going to do is let your leg drop down, slot it into the back here. Make sure your leg's at 90, and go ahead and install the other side. All right, so as you can see, you run one seat up, one seat down. So all you're going to do to install the other platform is fold down your seat, bring in your platform, drop down your leg, slot it into the back of the drawer. Make sure your leg's at 90. Then reach in here and connect your mechanism. As you can see, everything's nice and flush and super sturdy. All right, that concludes our second gen Nissan Xterra drawer system install. Thank you guys all so much for all the support, and please let us know if you have any questions.